Let's take a closer look at search engine optimization. Search engine optimization, or SEO, gets a lot of press, and in fact, we have a lot of clients coming to us for help, and this is the first thing they say is, can you get me ranked higher in Google? Well, you know, it is very important to be ranked in Google, but there are so many other things that your website has to do. I think it's important to mention that a lot of people focus too much on SEO, and they expect sometimes miracle results, which is not going to happen. So when you look at SEO, I think it's important to just kind of break it down into its steps, be realistic about what it can do for you, and move forward with your strategy. And your strategy includes a lot of things, and SEO is part of it. So let's dive into some of the key action items to think about with SEO. The first thing is that search engine optimization is only as good as your keyword research, or the strategy that you put into coding your site with the phrases that you want people to find you on. The biggest mistake that's made here is people go after terms or phrases that are too competitive, and they really don't have a chance of being listed on those terms. So what you want to do is find niches, and you want to find opportunities where you can go and get a presence on the web. And this might include a local presence using your city or state in search phrases, or finding terms that are popular but not the most popular. So there's a whole strategy around your keyword research, finding the right keywords that are being searched on Google mostly, and then developing a strategy that works to get results. Once you do that, then you want to go about the process of optimizing your pages. And this includes things like your title tags and your alt tags and your headers, and how often the word appears in the text of your pages on your site. It could also include things like meta tags and a whole host of things. So it's a combination of the code that is in the HTML of your website on the back end people don't see, and then what people do see, the text and content on the front of the page. This has to be done properly in order to get success with Google. So you have to have the right phrases, the right key terms that aren't too competitive, and you have to place them on the site in the right manner so that you get returns for how those are placed on your website. Once this is all done, then you begin the process of checking your rankings and running reports to see, you know, how do we do against our competitors, and if our competitors are ahead of us on terms we've targeted, why are they ahead of us? The nice thing about the web, and especially with search engines, is you can look at your competitors' code, and you can do this by viewing the source on the pull-down menus in your browser, and you can see how they've optimized their website, and you can see, well, the reason that they're ranking ahead of you is because they've got more pages, or they have more links coming to the website, or they have a better organized site for the search engine, and that sort of thing. So you want to look at your competitors and do what they're doing, and in fact try to improve upon it. And then finally, it's important to note that you're going to have certain pages that get picked up by Google and other search engines, and we'll call those landing pages. It may not always be your home page, but you want to make sure that landing page is appropriate for the search term. So if someone searches on a term like leather wallet, and they're looking for leather wallets on the internet, or maybe they've been looking for Italian leather wallets, they want to land on a page where they can see Italian leather wallets. They'd rather not land on a page that just has generic wallets or billfolds or something like that. So it's important that you look at your SEO strategy in terms of what pages will people land on given the terms that they're searching. So let's look a little deeper at the keyword research and strategy portion. What we do is I try to identify what we call the keyword universe. And basically, imagine that you've got all the keywords out on Google that people search on to find websites. You want to throw out a net and pull in those terms that are most appropriate for you, and that's called a keyword universe. And then within that universe, you want to find what we might call the sweet spot terms, or these are terms that like I said, are not super competitive. I don't have a lot of websites targeting these terms, but they're very appropriate for what it is that you do. And then, of course, these are the terms you optimize your website for. And then these are also terms you're going to use in pay-per-click to solidify your strategy. Of course, one of the most important things is to go after your company name and any brand name products or services that you have. So how do you go about researching and finding terms on the internet? Well, it's actually pretty straightforward. The best website for this is called wordtracker.com. And you can go there and you can set up an account. They even have a trial basis, and you can put in various keyword phrases in and get a sense of how competitive are these keywords, what is the online marketplace like. In fact, you can use Word Tracker to even determine if you have an online marketplace, even if there are searches. Are there searches for the very unique phrases that are used to drive our business? You can also use Google AdWords. They have keyword search tools within their AdWords program. So when you set up an account in Google AdWords for your pay-per-click program, you can go in and do search term research. You can use their keyword suggestion tools and some other tools that Google has to put together that keyword universe and find your sweet terms. And then, of course, Yahoo also has tools available to find and target keywords. So I did a screen grab from Word Tracker, and if you go spend time on Word Tracker, you'll see that this is an example of what you'll see. If you, for example, do Colorado Springs homes, you'll see these are the related terms to that phrase, and then over on the right, you'll actually see the numbers. And the number over here, the predict, is what Word Tracker predicts are the daily searches for that term. But it doesn't just give you the term, it gives you all the related terms, so you once again can see the keyword universe, and then within there you can scroll down and find the sweet terms that apply to you. And right off the bat, you'll know that if you go for a very competitive term that has over 1,000 clicks a day, you're probably not going to get on the first page of Google, so you probably should need to go down and find more unique terms and find your sweet spot terms. Here is an example of what this looks like in Google AdWords. They give you a sense of how competitive and how frequently the terms are used. In this case, we did the term leather wallets. Now, Google is always updating and improving their AdWords program, so you might find over time that they give you more detail and more information. But at this point, this is basically what they're telling you, and you get a sense of what the keyword universe is like. So if you look here, you'll see that there's a whole list of tools that you can find within Google to help you do keyword research and really get a sense of what that keyword universe is like. So I really encourage you to spend time on Google AdWords, set up a trial account, and play around with this. I think you'll find a lot of value from it. Here there are two things in particular that are in purple, the keyword tool and the traffic estimator. Those are great tools in Google to find out what keyword terms you should optimize for. So when it comes to actually optimizing the page and doing the coding and so forth, you basically want to develop a page that search engines like. And actually, you can go to Google and they'll tell you what it is they like in a page when they come over, when they send their spiders over to your website and they index your page in their directory or in their search engine. They'll tell you what they're looking for and what's important to them. And one of the things we found is most important is that you have search engine friendly copy. And so the copy that you've written throughout your website needs to tie into the terms that you're targeting. And then there's, as I mentioned, there's other code. And one of the most important pieces of code is what's called your title tag. Not only is that a huge indicator for Google as far as SEO, it's also what is seen on the actual search results. When you do a search, you'll see that at the top of each of the listings, there's a little description. That's the title tag, and so Google places a lot of emphasis on that. They also place a lot of emphasis on your domain name, and we've seen companies with great domain names get great rankings, and that's not an accident. Finally, inbound links to your website is another factor that's very important for Google. You want to do this, and the bigger the website, the better as far as your inbound links. But we also kind of are lukewarm toward this strategy because it's so difficult and so time-consuming. We feel like it's better to put that energy into having a great website and really coding the content and the code on the website first, and then once you feel like you've done everything you can there, then moving on to getting inbound links. So let's look at how you find search terms in the rankings, and definitely one of the things you want to do is do your searches in Google and Yahoo, see where you come up. But there are tools out there like webceo.com that can run automated searches for you every month and tell you if your positioning is going up, if your positioning is going down. They can also tell you what your competitors are doing as well. Great tool. Once again, another tool is Google AdWords and Yahoo Search Marketing, which is the same thing as Google AdWords, but the Yahoo version. And then for landing pages, keep in mind these are specifically built for search engines or pay-per-click campaigns, and they're critical because you need to know for each given term where are people landing. And then when they land on that page, make sure you have a very nice, strong conversion strategy for them. Well, in a nutshell, this is a quick look at an overview for search engine optimization. You can find a lot more information about this on our website, intuitivewebsites.com, or go to our blog where we have podcasts and so forth posted on the details of SEO. It's an ongoing, changing industry. Google is by far the leader, and Yahoo is second, and you've got to stay on top of it. You've got to do your homework and do your research and stay on top of it week to week. In the next video, we're going to take a look at pay-per-click fundamentals.